Hi, today I'm gonna show you how to knit this reversible hat and hairband, also face mask. Let's get started. Okay, as I told you earlier, I am going to show you how to knit this reversible hat. This project is completely for beginners. Why? Because I did cast on, knit, and cast off. That's about it. So this project is very good for practice, knitting, and magic loop. If you've never done any knitting, this is the one you should try because the only practice is not fun. You always want to create something, right? This one, practicing, also you're creating something at the end. As you can see, top of the hat, it's kind of twisted design, which I like. And if you pull inside, there you go, same thing. And as you can see, there's little blue color as well, and I'll show you why. This is what I knitted it. Again, cast on and knit all the way down, and I did the stretchy cast off. Okay, so I knit halfway, 11-inch, about 85 rows for me. You don't really have to count the rows. And another half, 11 inches, exactly 85. I didn't have to count, but I did anyway. So the important thing is the halfway has to cover top of your head. So the length is very important. Also, the where you start, you have to have enough cast on for your head, face, and neck. Again, the length is very important. Must cover top of your head. When I grab the center part like that, you still have to have enough length for your head. I turn inside out. Now wrong side is outside. This is how I make hat. Grab center line like that. Then twist. You put your hand inside of the hat, grab the mid part, and flip. And then kind of, sort it out, fixing little by little. There you go. That's your hat. And grab and pull that out. There we go. It's now reversible. You know what I'm saying? And when you grab little less than half and twist and flip, there you go. There's a yellow part coming out. And what about the other side? Twist and grab it and fix. There's no yellow side. So whenever you want to grab, it doesn't really have to be right on the center. It's really up to you. So this is very fun and you can be so creative, and every day you can wear different color of your hat, right? And super easy. I knit this when I was watching TV. This is perfect project for watching TV. So let's get started. First of all, let me talk about my swatch and gauge. I kneaded it a little bit and I count my stitch. I have 18 stitches within 4 inch. I kind of stretch a bit, all right? And my head measurement is 21. So let's do the math. 4-inch basas, 21-inch equal 18 stitches versus my cast on X number. 4X equal 21 times 18. X equal 21 times 18 divided by 4. X equal 94. So I have to make 94 cast on to start. I use those two different color of yarn. Let's make a cast on. According to my math, I am going to create 94 cast on. That's about it. And I am going to connect both ends after I cast on. Here comes. There you go. Make sure it's not twisted. If you never ever done magic loop technique, I am going to put the link in my description box, so please watch that video. And again, I'm not making any rib, so I am going to just knit. And that's about it. Knit until enough length to cover whole head. You know, to knit the head, usually decreasing on top of the head, but I am not decreasing any stitch. So please knit until cover your head, and little extra would be great because you have to twist like that. Okay, little inch and 2-inch extra on top of your head. And now I have to change the color. Do I have to? Sure, because I want to create the reversible hat. So I just measure 11-inch. You can count rows. I counted and 85 rows. So if you want to be perfect, count the rows and you knit same rows. You know what I'm saying? So you don't really have to worry about the center, shifting left or right, right? Anyway, this is end of this bright neon color, and I'm going to use blue yarn from now on. And it's easy. Just cut the tail, just leave it there, and grab the yarn and start knitting. And from the second one, I am actually going to knit with the end tail as well for maybe 2-3 stitch, so I don't have to weave the ends off later on. Anyway, 2-3 stitch I knit with the end tail, the short part, and then come back around. And I'm going to show you how to avoid the color jog, because I changed the color of yarn, right? So if you want to, avoid the color jog, this is your trick. So knit first row with the blue, and the first stitch on row number 2 with the blue yarn, you have to pick up previous stitch right side. It's a little bit hard to see, but previous yellow stitch the right side of the stitch. There you go. Make sure you pick up right one like that and hook onto left needle. Then knit two together, those yellow and blue, two together. This way you can minimize the color jog. And just knit, knit, knit. You don't really have to, but if you keep changing the color of yarn, this is actually good to remember. And knit. Seems like, there's two stitch, but remember, I knitted it with the end tail, right? See, there's two stitch, obviously, one for working yarn, one for the end tail, right? So, second row, if the end tail is still long enough, grab end tail and knit 2 to 3 stitch like that. And then leave the ends for the next round, right? And then little by little, you knit that end tail every different rows. So later on, you don't really have to reap the ends off if you knit it with end tail every different rows. All right, that's little trick. I don't really like the weave so many ends off. So this is just a little trick. And here comes, I knitted it 85 rows, about 11 inch. Now I am going to do stretchy cast off. Knit one, yarn over, knit next one, then bind, yarn over off, and then the first one off. After this, yarn over, knit next one, bind, yarn over, stitch off, then original off. One more, yarn over, knit, bind, yarn over, stitch off, then original off. This is the stretchy cast off technique. And this is end of bind off. The last one, yarn over, knit, and then bind, knit, yarn over, stitch off, then there we go, original off. Then cut the working yarn and weave the ends off. That's about it. Isn't it amazing? This project is super easy. And this can be neck warmer, face mask. It's long enough, right? And kind of hairband, because if you fold in half, there's a big hole right on top because it's a tube. So, if you have a long hair, you just do the ponytail, and then just like, the headband. Or again, if you want to use this as the hat, put the inside out, grab the center, twist. That's it. And again, because I changed the color right in the center, it's a reversible. Amazing, isn't it? And this is great practice for magic loop technique. There you go. And again, I have to weave other ends off as well. Okay, so there we go. Done. Again, 11 inch. That's enough, plenty length to cover my head, and the other half, same length. Okay? You can use hand warmer. And if you want to make a hat, turn inside out. What do you have to do? Grab the center line, twist. If you twist more, design on top is more visible twist, which is really nice. And then flip inside out. Now there's a hat. And it's so warm because it's a double layer, quite warm. And if you want to use the other side, there we go. Ta-da! Now, different color of hat and knitting stitch. I love it. And I am actually going to knit design 1. There you go. This is the not even halfway. And can you tell? Looks cable knitting, but it's not cable knitting. I'll do this in next video. So it's really up to you. You know, I use these type of the yarn, so you know I don't have to do any design, any cable, any lace design. Just knit, right? Because you know color itself it's beautiful. But if you wanna use the one color, you can add some design like this. This is the left twisted knitting technique, and the other half I'm gonna use other technique, so it's still reversible. Anyway, again, this is for beginner. Very easy to knit. And if you want to practice how to do the magic loop technique, this is great project. You don't have to just knit, you are still creating something. Also, if you want to knit something so quick and easy for your friend, for your family, this is great project because whenever you're watching TV, you can still knit. You don't really have to count rows and everything, right? Anyway, this is it. Enjoy knitting. Bye for now.